hello. I totally forgot to text my friends and tell them I was going live. Oh my gosh, they're gonna be like, you went live and I didn't know. I hate that I did that. I've been sitting here. I've been sitting here watching the entire event in the Crafty Creators community all day long. I had nothing else to do other than remember to text my friends, and I forgot. Oh, well, I've been tweaking. See my egg back here? I've been tweaking it out a little bit, and sitting here all enthralled in what I was doing, watching, everybody else. And so here we are. Hello, surprise. I'm so sorry I forgot to text you guys. Oh my gosh. Well, we'll see who shows up. I don't know that Facebook will even give a notification. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's Tracy. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Cindy. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm so glad that you saw me here. So today I thought I would do something. Hi, you guys. Hello. There's some hearts. I see people are coming in already. And oh, were you watching the project right before me? Oh my gosh. Oh, thanks for pinning me. I felt so bad for her couldn't get her transfer to stick, and I know that's exactly what it was that things hadn't cured yet. So anyway, so when Tammy messaged me about this, she said, you do anything you want for spring? And so I was thinking about what I wanted to do. Well, I had a lot of you on my page ask how I made this and say that you really wanted to see it. So I messaged Tammy and asked her if I could do an egg. And I'm watching all of these people and nobody's doing an egg, so I'm the only one. And I know we're getting really, really close, but I think the way that I do this, you can apply this to other things. You could put it on glass and do it, as a framed thing, or you could put it on an old bottle. I mean, this is how we do when my friend Julie and I are crafting, and how I do. And most everyone that I know about that crafts, this is how they do it. So I'm going to show you guys. There was just, oh, you're going to do Easter, Tammy? Well, Tammy's right behind me with the Crafty Peep, and we both spell our name the same way. Isn't that funny? You're getting back-to-back Tammys. So anyway, I think that this is really cool, and I want to show you. I'm going to break it all down for you guys and show you exactly how I did it. I put it, so for those of you that don't follow me, you don't know what I'm talking about, but I make sometimes, hi Randy, hi Joanne, I get really, well, there's Swanky Vintage Therapy with Carol. Hello, thanks for joining. Hey Esther, hi Mary. I don't have to rush today. Hi Denise, hi Shelly from Georgia. Hi Pris, thanks for joining me. And there's Penny. Hey, what do you say, Penny? Thanks you guys for coming in here and saying hello. That means so much. I'm doing great, Randy. Hope you're doing well. I tend to kind of think that I'm not that great, and why do people want to watch? Like I'm really having a head thing right now, so I keep crafting at home and posting pictures of what I'm making. So these guys, oh, thank you. These guys were asking about how this one particularly was made. So I'm gonna break it down and show you. I know I already said that, I'm a little nervous here, but I used an old lamp part. This was an old base of a lamp. It was sitting this way, and then I took all of the, the stick and the guts and all that stuff out, and I just put, this is just a piece of foam core in here, and then I mossed it out, and I set a, this is one of those foam eggs from Hobby Lobby that it had like the ribbon and it was hanging upside down. It was just plain foam, and I painted it, and so I'm going to show you. But see, this is why I think you don't. This is why I'm like, why are they watching me? So, all right, so let's get started, and I'll break this all down and we'll chat about it as we go. So, because you guys are probably like, okay, go. So you've all seen linens like these with the stitching on it, and I love when the stitching is really raised and textured and bumpy like that, and like this one. This one's a really good one. See all of that, how it's lifted, okay? And it's just like these. This one is an embroidered scarf. This one was a tea towel. Just whatever you find that's embroidered. I've had a couple of sales, but I've been doing them in my group. I've had several actually in my group instead of on my page, but I think I'm gonna have one on my page. So I thought maybe I'll, put a little plug for that. I think I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I don't know, tomorrow afternoonish. Thank you. Thanks, you guys. Thanks, Amanda. Oh, Cindy, thank you. Thank you, Lori. Hi, Mara. Or Maria, I'm sorry. First time watching. Oh my gosh. Well, welcome. I love a new person. Hi. Thanks for sprinkling, Jackie. You're always about, oh, there's Texas Breeze Creations. Aw, thanks, you guys. There's Susie Strother. Oh my gosh, you should. Susie Strother made my day yesterday. I got home and she had sent me a huge box of so much stuff. I can't even begin to tell you what all was in that box. And she's like, share it. She's in my group. She's like, share it with your group. Whatever, do whatever you want to with it. She was it was fabulous. I was just like, my husband's like, I can't believe she sent you all that. I couldn't either. So this is a scarf that I've had for a while. My friend Julie had it for a long time. I bought it from her, and I just loved like all. Can you tell all the textures? This is probably my most favorite one that I've ever seen. And so I'm going to show you how I dissect one of these, and then about the sale before I get too far along. Hi Dee Dee. Hi Lynn. Let's see. Don't let that. I know. Swanky Vintage with Carol. I know. It gets a hold of me. I watch the replays, my hair is about like, I'm just like, and I look so big. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even, it's not that my projects aren't great, it's me that's not great. So it's me that I have a hard time. Until you guys do a live, you won't understand. So, okay, so we take this and I'm gonna dissect it. I'm not gonna do the whole thing, I'm just gonna show you what I do. But since this has such a pretty edge, a lot of times it doesn't have a pretty edge. So I'm just gonna trim this off and keep it for another project. Now I've been watching Michelle at the Vintage Daisy. I'm gonna plug her, she's great. If you're into junk journaling and doing things with fabrics, tags and making ribbons, like I don't know, just really neat stuff. I'm gonna do she's in my private group, but I'm going to do some things that I think is right up Michelle's alley. She has inspired me the most here recently. I follow so many people, but for some reason she's just like, I said I wasn't gonna do the whole thing and I'm not. I won't do anymore. But see what good texture and just that little bit of pink color. And so like for junk journaling people, don't throw this away because this is fabulous. And then the next thing I'm going to do, and don't be mad at me for cutting this up. Oh, thank you. Don't be mad at me for cutting this up because rather than saving this in the drawer and pulling it out every once in a while, if you know me, I'm mostly like woods and whites. I don't do a lot of color. But I'm going to enjoy this every Easter, all spring. So I'll get 2 months of it displayed proudly in my house. So I'm thrilled to have an idea. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut around, it's like when people cut up book pages and stuff, and some people get so mad, but I'm thinking, if you'd see where we find some of these books are like in base, oh Linda, thank you. You guys, I didn't say that for that. I'm just telling you where I've been. I've been hiding. So, yes, the devil will take me. Hey, Amanda. Oh, good. You have lots from your mom. Well, yep, I'm going to be able to show you what to do. It's wonderful when people read. Well, good. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Penny. Hi, Teresa. Hey, Shar. So anyway, what was I saying? So we're just going to cut around the embroidery here. And there's all sorts of embroidery pieces out there. Ends of pillowcases, tops of sheets, like the part that you would put up under your chin, like all kinds of really nice embroidery things. I was just really impressed by the texture of these flowers, these baskets. So of course I saw basket, I thought Easter, we've been doing so many eggs. And so I thought, I would do that egg, give it a try. I didn't do it on camera because I didn't know how. I had an idea in my head. I didn't know how it was going to turn out, how I was going to fill in the gaps. Usually I put doily on the back or paper mache book pages to the back. Can you see me? You probably can't see me. I'm sorry. See, I'm bad about this. I'm so bad. I'm so bad. Hey, Andrea. So, okay, here we go. Anyway, so that's the stuff that I put around the edges or the back and start the egg with. And I've done some here on my page. I've done some in the group. Like, I feel like I've done a lot of eggs, and you guys are probably egged out. But that's why I didn't share. But I get so many questions about this particular one, and I know it's very different. So, okay, so here we are. Here's the back. Here's the front. And I have this much of it. Now, there's lots of other little flowers here along the way, along the edge that I can cut out. In case I get all wrapped up in what I'm doing, I was just thinking about Tammy that has this Crafty Creative Community group. It's a free group. You guys should go check it out. Go sign up. Ask to join. I linked it at the top in the video. You can jump out now and come back, or you can get in there when I'm done. I put her link also in the top because she's next up. But it's a great little community, and it's fun. I know I post usually on Fridays to see what you guys are making and to share your pages and all that stuff. And I know it's a great way to be inspired. So you have all of these watchers and creators that are posting in there. And sometimes, I mean, for me, a picture is all I need. Sometimes I need to break it down if I'm on Pinterest and I'm like, how'd you do that? You know, and so I try to get the description. There's not always a description in there, so you kind of got to figure it out. But I have a lot on Pinterest too. Oh gosh, I have stuff everywhere. Probably too much. Okay, so I've cut, well, let me cut a little bit more here. I hate that you guys watch it, but I thought if I do all of this, then you'll just see me slap it together and then what I'm going to do for the rest of the hour. So, okay, so here is the artwork that is the main focus for this. It's true, Tammy. It really, Crafty Peep is Tammy's. She has a page, a crafting page called Crafty Peep, and then she also has this group. And it's very nice. I love when these ladies do groups. What the groups do is it makes it to where like I recognize so many of you and you do become friends. And I feel like in my private group, I am so much more comfortable with my girls than I am here. I've been doing this page since 2013. There are hundreds and hundreds of videos. And I just, over the years, you know, you just, when you get old and you turn into a grandma, you lose all that, you know. Oh, look what I'm doing now, kind of oomph that you had years ago. And that's kind of happens to me. So yeah, I think they call that the devil, but yeah. So anyway, that's where I am. I'll be back, don't worry. I'm here. I'm here for I got too much in all this to give it up now, and I you know, I'm just saying for a minute. I actually went so far, I checked out this doctor that is close by here, and I'll tell you all about him, but it's a hormone therapy guy that he's checking my hormones. I just got my blood work on Friday, and he thinks like the weight gain is a lot of hormones more than anything. So we'll see. We'll see how that turns out, and I'll let you guys all know. Oh no, I'm not a young grandma. All my friends have grandkids. Well, pretty much all my friends have grandkids but me, so it was time. Yeah, no, I'm not young. And I have a birthday coming up. I'm going to be 62. So, you know, all the things, you guys, all the things. So, yeah, all of you young people, you'll understand someday. And you'll say, I remember that Tammy girl talking about this. So, anyway, but let's see. I follow Deb and Danelle on Instagram, and they're big into this hormone thing, and my daughter was talking about it, and you know, and then he showed up and friended me. I know his wife, and so I thought, here's your sign. This guy thinks you need to talk to him. So this is just an ugly, yucky. I paint houses for a living. This is a sample board that we did years ago, and I just keep it because it's foam core, and so we're no way what, Patricia? No way what? So what I thought I would do, I took an egg like this, Okay, it's a paper mache egg, but it's bigger. Of course, I have 3 sizes here of paper mache eggs. I just wanted, for those of you like, what's a paper mache egg? Here's a paper mache egg. Okay, this was like that, only bigger. This is 4.5 inches. This is 6.5 inches. They came from either Hobby Lobby or Factory Decor Direct. I have bought both. You're going through the same thing, Lori. Just turns 2. Yes, yes. So follow me if you're not already. I'm sorry, I don't recognize you for sure. Nice to see you, Debbie. Hi, Ted. I hope I say that. Oh, still a baby. I guess, you know, there's always someone in worse shape, right? Older or whatever, getting ready to turn 63. Oh, thank you. Make sure I'm saying hi to everybody. Crafting with Terry Lynn is here. Hi. Thanks, Lynn McDonald. Whereabouts in Maine? Oh, you're talking to somebody else. I'll say I'm in Ohio. So anyway, okay, I'm going to keep on rolling. I'll answer your comments later if I miss anybody. But I'm in Zanesville, Ohio. There's somebody just asked. Yes, it is a state of mind, and I got to get my mind back into the state, right? So, okay, so I have this big egg, and I thought how cute to make like a little to-go-with egg, because again, I put that half of my table runner in, oh, thanks, Jennifer. Hi, Julie. Hey, friend. I just had it in my drawer again, and I thought, everybody wants to see how to do it. Maybe I can do another one. So I'm going to kind of make a little, you know, grandma, grandbaby, or daddy, mommy egg. And so I got into I have a big basket full of lamp parts. And so I took a couple of pieces from lamp parts, and I put a washer in between the two. I did do this ahead of time. So, because this point you can see comes up really little, and I thought if I balance this big egg on that little point, it'll never stick, okay? So I inspired you to do the sheet. Oh, that's awesome. I'll show you. I've got 3 here that I haven't sold yet. So 2 of them you guys haven't even seen yet, or yeah, I think there's 2 that you haven't seen yet. Anyway, and then I took this little disc off of a lamp, and I put a washer underneath the 2 because the holes were almost the same size, so they were a little wobbly. So I E6000 an old washer in between the 2 of these, and it's pretty substantial. And I painted 2 coats of paint. This is what it looked like before I started. Okay, so when I say it was old and yucky, it is, and I would love to have done this in gold. However, I want these 2 to sit together. And when I did this lamp part, I painted the whole thing on this one, so I can't even show you how crusty it was. But I want them to match and sit together. So, okay, so this is my base, what I'm going to put the egg on, and I'll show you that in a minute. So I want these 2 to sit together. So I'm going to set this. Well, you guys won't be able to see, but I'm thinking that I don't want the blue on this one, but because this egg is so much smaller, yeah, you can see the blue's kind of not, you can't really tell that's a basket. So I'm going to take the blue off of this. I kind of have thought this through earlier, that the blue part is not going to work. So we're going to take the blue out of here. So I'm going to make the basket, I'm going to take the basket part away. Okay. This is good for you guys to see this though, because that first snip is like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, it's really hard to do. And, but I don't know, it's just like someone had said earlier, I have so much of this from my mom or my grandma, whoever she said. And, what do you do with all of it? You don't want to get rid of it. And so I always try to come up with ways to, you know, save that sort of thing, that you can treasure it for, you know, have it out and actually see it, rather than say, oh, here's a box, that's a box full of my grandma's stuff. I try to get it all out. And going into the barn and getting grandpa's stuff is fun too. So, okay. Oh, I should probably keep those little things for snippets like Michelle's been teaching me. Homebound. Oh, well, thank goodness for Factory Direct Decor and all these people with websites that you can order stuff from, and Amazon. Yeah, that makes being homebound a lot easier, I would think. And like the grocery delivery, you know, that's so yeah, what a time in life to have to be that way, maybe you're able to at least, you know, get something new from time to time, or, you know, shop around. Like, you have the internet, you have this, you have Facebook. Can you imagine being homebound years ago when we didn't have this to occupy our time? I listen to Facebook. I am one of those, I'm not a creeper, but a silent watcher as well, because I listen when I'm driving. I have it on. And so, you know, I don't always comment. I always try to put a heart. I'll flip through my feed and heart everybody's everything just to help them out a little bit. But I don't always take the time to comment because I'm driving or I'm working. You know, when we're painting, I have, sometimes if I'm in a room by myself and the other girls are in the other room or something, I will have my AirPods in my ear and I'm still listening to you guys. You guys are crafting away. I'm thinking, boy, I'd rather be crafting than up here painting this ceiling or whatever I'm doing. So, okay. Oh yeah, this is great. So I got all of the blue off here. There's a little bit in the back of this one. If I can, yeah. Okay. So now I've cut free all of this stuff, right? So I'm going to show you what I do now. And we're just going to see how it ends up. Let me scrape off some of this blue. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. When I flipped it over, I still see a few tails of the blue that I cut off. So just making sure that I've gotten rid of that. Maybe I should have left it so that a little bit would show and it would really make a match, but that's okay. I already ripped it out now. Okay. All right. So usually I use Super 77, but again, as a someone that's painted forever, I have stencil spray adhesive, so I'm just using that to just try to use it up. But if I were going out to buy more, if you're at anywhere really, a hardware store or whatever, go pick up some Super 77. Here, I have some right here, and it'll show you. There you go. That's what it looks like. 3M. It's by 3M. And you can get it on Amazon if you're home. If you're stuck at home, you can go to Amazon for that. And it's in my Amazon store there, linked at the top as well. So, okay. So I saw some questions about what am I doing. So let me address that. Okay. So, and I don't want it too low to be covered, like when I moss it out and stuff. So there we go. I'm just going to let it go where it wants to go here. I'm taking something that was once flat and making it turn corners and things like that. So, Tammy, is there anything else I'm supposed to be doing? I put you in I figured out how to put you in my comment or in my post title. I'm supposed to watch the bead pin. Okay, well, we're a ways from that. So, I have a whole hour. That's why I'm able to watch you guys. So, usually it's like, you know, you're hurrying because you only have a half hour or had even 20 minutes before. So, an hour is like, holy cow. That's a long time. Okay. So, and you see, I just pulled it up, I can adjust it. And one thing I can tell you, if you do this spray and you stick it down and it's not sticking very well, you're supposed to let it sit for just a minute or two and it tacks up, it gets a little sticky, tackier. You could do that. Or sometimes if I have, like say that, if I keep pressing that down and it just won't lay down, just put a little hot glue, you know, wherever you need it. That's got a spot of blue there. Oh, now it doesn't. Okay. All right, so now my egg has this on it. So see how easy that was? I mean, it looks like, wow, how'd she do that? Okay, and then someone asked me what I cut up. Here is an example. I had like a table runner, an embroidered table runner. You can get pillowcases or handkerchiefs or table runners, doilies, there's all tea towels, there's all kinds of things that you can get. I have a tea towel laying over there, so I said that. But this particular one, this is what I did. So this is how it turned, this is how it is. Okay. This is how it went down. Oops, not unsticky that probably. All right, so this is where we are. And then let's see, I cut a few pieces here. So let me go ahead. It looks like I only cut 2 extra. Get the back side, back side, back side. Okay, let me spray those down. And you want to try to get the spray on there as much as you can. I'm going to put that in my little snippet thing. So start saving all of your you guys, start saving all of your teeny tiny little pieces of stuff and be watching for me, because I'm going to show you something that Michelle Hill with the Vintage Daisy taught me. Well, taught everybody. You need to follow her because it's really good. And I'm pretty inspired by her. So anyway, she's in my private group. She's been in my private group forever. I've watched her. She makes little tags and makes really cute little things. But she taught us how to make this ribbon thing that I'm just like totally dying to sit down and make. So anyway, I know once I make it, you're all gonna say, where do I go? What do I do? So I'm just giving you a heads up on her. It was pretty awesome. So okay, so I filled in with some. Boy, I don't want to waste any of these, to be honest. I still have time. Can you give me just a minute to cut a little bit more out? Let me see. Thanks, Amanda. Hey, thanks, Pamela. Thanks, Donna. Jumped on what color, what kind of paint? Oh, any paint will work, Denise. Hi, Denise. Hey, you're in my group too. Denise, it's just my Country Chic chalk-based paint. It's clay-based, chalk-based, but whatever you have, any kind of paint will work. Just paint your egg out, and it doesn't matter, because it's all going to be covered up anyway. I don't even know that you honestly have to paint it, but just to be safe, in case any little cracks peek through, I didn't want the brown to show, so I painted it. Hey, thanks, Susie. Thanks, Sherry. Long time no see, Glenda. Yes, how are you doing? More of a silent watcher. It doesn't feel like I'm a creeper. It doesn't make you a creeper. I know, but I feel like I want them to know that I'm there, but I don't want to wreck my car saying hi. Just don't comment a lot. Well, I'm glad to know you're there. What are you cutting up, lace or fabric? It's a table. This particular one is a table runner that's embroidered. I was after the embroidered flowers. So yeah, this color was called Vanilla Frosting. It's just a creamy color, but it's my favorite. Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to talk to Michelle about the snippets before I do that. And also, like the inside of this, I already did this other egg here that I'm making a sister for, but I had already done this one before I saw her video what to do with this fabric. So I'm going to tell you just the plain, like the plain kind. Keep your plain too. I don't know if Michelle's here today, but hi, bye, Shayna. Right there, see that? That is everything. I sorted and hung everything up from her. I got the idea of the little clips from Debbie Rigg. And yeah, I mean, you guys are inspiring the crap out of me right now. So yeah, I'm doing all kinds of stuff in my mind, you know. So anyway, so then keep these pieces. Even these short pieces are fine. And you want to make it like, you know, however wide. And I'm just giving you a heads up ahead of time before you go ripping up your stuff. And like, I threw this away. Okay, I threw my other thing away. Yes, Sherry. So anyway, I'm going to keep these and we'll make snippet rolls out of them. And for those, I didn't know what that was. Now I do. And I'm stoked about it. So did you make them? Have you glued them or sewn them? I was telling my friend Julie about them. Like, we've got to make them. And, I told her that we can sew them or glue them because she wasn't too excited about the sewing, and I only have one sewing machine for, you know, when she comes over on Tuesdays or Thursdays, whichever day we pick that week. And I know I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and get it out of the way so I can cut into these flowers. Anyway, I'm curious because she keeps saying you can glue, but she always sews. So I'm just curious, is it still soft and pliable and you know, that sort of thing? Or, I mean, heck, I spray adhesive everything, so I could almost spray adhesive it and it would be fine. And then as you're working with it, you could just glue it, you know, hot glue, tack it wherever it lifts. I spray adhesive all my fabrics to my projects like I just showed you guys. So, okay, I should probably I'll throw that blue, I'll keep this blue sticking, whatever this edging, whatever this is, like a twist. I don't know what it is. I'm not good at the fabric stuff, you guys, because I don't like sewing. You would sew it, okay. All Well, that's what she does too. But she did tell people they could glue it. And she said she's glued in a pinch. So she's probably glued a piece on when she's working on a project. Maybe it's missing something. I hope it's okay to talk about another crafter in here in this group. But we're all crafty people and we want to learn all the things, right? So I'm sure it's fine. Tammy's super cool, so she's fine. Okay, so I'll have to tell her to get in here if she's not already. Okay, so I'm just going to spray extra good. I'm just going to spray the last 4 little pieces of flowers. I got plenty of time. If you have time, I have time. You hand sew everything or slow stitch. Oh, Sherry, bless your heart. Yeah, this girl ain't doing that. So I'm just patching in, you guys. Doesn't matter where they go. I'm just filling in. I kind of want more, to the front so I can enjoy it when I'm walking by. Whoops, at least touch it together. So what I did there, instead of floating it out in the middle, I made it touch, and I'll show you why here in just a minute. Okay, I have 2 more pieces that I can add. So I'm just going to throw maybe 1 down here. Now you guys may not have as much to work with, or you might mix 2 or 3 kinds together. And actually that would be super fun. I would glue them because I don't have a sewing machine either. And then I use a fine point black marker to make it look like stitching. Oh, wow, that's a great idea too. Oh, you guys see? And then I think, where have I been? I'm so thrilled about finding this idea, and you guys have all been doing it. Oh well. Oh well, better late than not figured it out at all, right? So, okay. Oops, I don't want that to overlap that. Okay, so I'm all down and good. That's a great idea though. What glue are you using? Just a fabric glue, like a textile medium, I think they call it. Okay, so I have my egg. Now, this was the tricky part, and I had to let it dry overnight. Okay, so see, I just had a little lift. I felt it. So I'm just gonna hot glue that down. Okay, so if that happens while you're working with it, or when it's, you pack it away and next year you pull it out and something's hanging, it's not, just glue it down. It's not a big deal. It's nothing wrong with anything, but honestly, this stuff stays down forever. And when I show you what I'm gonna do with it, you'll get it. So, but what I'm thinking is, you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and attach it here because I'm not gonna be able to handle it once I'm done. Because when I did this one, I did it before I went to bed, like this part. And then I got up in the morning and came down and finished it out because it was all dry. And I know everybody's been running hair dryers and all that, but I'm trying to go as long as I can without having to do something like that. So, okay. So here we go. I'm gonna just glue this down, and I'm not really worried about seeing glue because I'm gonna put moss on it just like I did that one. And I kind of want, where's my front? Oh, here's my front. Kind of leaning it just a little bit. Can you tell? I'm just leaning it a little bit so that when there's like a front and a back, you don't have to. You can put yours straight on if you want to. Oh, I hand stitch most craft. Oh gosh, you know what? It's not that I mind the stitching. What I don't like is tying the knots. And I know there's something about rolling it. I hate tying all of the knots and they never hit each other. So I'm like, what the heck? I have like 6 knots, a string with 6 knots, and then finally one will hit, but it's like 2 knots down. I'm like, okay, yeah. So I hate tying the knots. That's my thing. I hate tying the knots. So, okay. Do you guys remember in the Sparkle Room, another group that we're probably all in, as well as the Tammy, Crafters Creative Community, Crafty Creative Community. What is it? I said it like 10 times earlier. Now I forget. I gotta watch for her to pin. She's gonna put her link in here, by the way, Tammy. She's gonna put her link in here. But anyway, so years ago, probably 2 years ago, was it 2, maybe 3 years ago, something like that. Me, the other team, oh, okay, she's texting somebody else. I did a Mrs. Claus and I made a bunch of fake bakes and I was all excited about it. Okay, so as a painter, a faux finisher, been doing it almost 30 years. So, and I'm still doing it. Anyway, this is a product that you can use to put texture on walls, exactly like this egg, only you would trowel it on a wall. With a flat, you would use a flat trowel. That's a whole nother show. And if you want to see it, go to my YouTube channel, Tammy Loves Vintage, and you can type in textured wall and it'll probably come up. There's like literally over 600 videos in there. So this is just drywall compound. So I would fill the tub up, you know, about to here, almost to the top. Leave yourself a little bit so you can stir. And then I just take my paintable caulking and I squirt, like for this much, maybe 2 squirts, okay? That's when you started following me. Oh, thank you. That was fun. Yeah, that was fun. I used to have it pinned to my YouTube channel. Go to YouTube and watch Mrs. Claus if you haven't seen it yet. It was pretty funny. I kind of acted like I was Mrs. Claus and where the workshop was placed and all that was up. I was so nervous, I was just rambling. I totally stepped into the role. So, drywall compound, a squirt of caulking, and just a dab of water. Maybe like in this bowl, maybe a tablespoon, okay? And then stir it up. I want you to see, oh, who said that? Hi, Norma. So this is the consistency that I have. So, see, so it's pretty thick. This has been in this bowl for 2 years. You will notice this was it. And you can squirt a little paint in there to make color. So that would save a step. Like if I had to put a little bit, well, I have it right here, but I kind of like, sometimes I want it wet. Well, let's just do it. I can whip up another batch. I'm just gonna put a little bit of paint in there. Maybe I won't have to paint it out when I'm done. Let's see if it takes on the color. Oh, I probably need a lot more, but it does kind of take on. I don't want a whole bunch of paint because I don't want to lose my texture. I use less water when I add my paint in there. But anyway, you can do that. I'm not gonna. Oh yeah, but look, it is. Can you tell? See, I've got a little bit of creamy over here. No, you can't tell. I thought you could tell from the shadows. There's a little bit of creamy mix that you can't tell. So anyway, let's just keep going. Oh, see. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So this knife, if anybody's like, what is that? It's a little palette knife. It's like an artist palette knife. They come in all sizes and shapes. You can get it in the art department at your craft store. I like it because it's got that pointy tip, okay? So this product, what I've made here is like my own thing. I went to a class up in Detroit, oh gosh, probably 15, 20 years ago, and learned how to make this concoction, and I've done it ever since, and it was fabulous. And boy, I wish I could remember the name of the classes, but I can't, who the teacher was. Robin, her first name was Robin. I can't remember her name. But I went with my friend Sandy. So anyway, what I'm doing now is I'm taking this little paste concoction, or texture, what is it, spackle concoction that I like to make and work with. And I'm going to start plastering literally all of the openings where, so I know I tried to explain this to those of you that asked, and I thought, they don't know how to, I told you I use this concoction and all that. And I'm literally going over the fabric as well. And I'm just trying to fill in wherever I need it. Now you guys, this concoction here, you can use like gesso is so much runnier than this, and drywall compound straight up, you could use that. However, when there's a chance, like when it gets bumped or something, it could break off. And so I add the caulking just for some toughness, just for some durability. And I do the same thing on walls when we do this treatment on walls. And we use much bigger trowels than this little thing, and they're not pointy, they're flat and square, well, rectangled. Anyway, so let me just get around, like that other egg, you see, this other egg that I did, I had so much room, I went wild with a bigger trowel, but I knew this one was going to be pretty much covered everywhere. So, so yeah, make sure I'm good on my time here. I'll keep going a little bit. I know this is no fun for you guys to watch probably, but for those that are really interested in this, you know, think about the projects you could make that aren't an Easter egg, okay? Think about, like I said, you could do it on glass. No one ever would know it was a piece of glass. You could do it on wood. You could do it on, you do it on foam core. Just be careful and know that it might bend a little bit when it gets wet. Like this is so much spray adhesive. I don't know if you can tell, but it kind of, yeah, there you can see it kind of bows up and curls a little bit. So if you're doing foam core, you kind of maybe want to have it already in your frame so that if it, you know, if it wants to bend or anything, it won't bend too much. Because when you try to straighten it out, you might crack it, which the cracking is a great look. I was kind of hoping this might crack a little bit. And I think that the caulking, so much caulking in there is what stops it. If you really want it to crack, put some glue in it. And I bet this stuff will crack. So, but I do love my own recipe. I've been doing it so long now. This was the one that you kept tight to your shirt. You didn't tell anybody about it, but I don't care, you know, anymore. I'm so tired when I'm out painting and stuff. It's like, oh, I'll give up my secret now because there's not a lot of faux finishing happening right now anyway. But yeah, you know, when you get a trade secret, you don't tell everybody. You'll tell 106, 108 people what's going on. Oh, I can't believe I forgot to text my friends and tell them I was going live. I totally was so enthralled in watching everybody. I totally was sitting here. I was gluing little rhinestones onto the last egg that I made and adding a little moss to it and all that. So you can smooth this out, make it as smooth as you want. And so one thing I will tell you that I'm not going to be able to show you, well, why couldn't I go live tomorrow and show you? Heck, why not? Maybe I will. Follow me and I'll show you tomorrow how to finish this out. Gosh, I hope that's okay, Tammy. Geez, I'm breaking all the rules. I'm not sure that's okay. But I don't, I could dry it with a hair dryer, but I'm only going to be able to dry the surface of it, and I need it to be dried all the way through. So, yeah, I better not push that. I'm not going to push it with the dryer. So anyway, I'm just kind of puzzle piecing in here and filling in with this around wherever it needs to be. So then when I sand it tomorrow, see these little tips like that are showing up? I'll just rub that off, and so then your surface is really smooth. See? Okay, I did the exact same thing. Look, let's see. See there? I worked it all in around, and then when I was done, I painted it. I painted all of the plaster with my Country Chic vanilla frosting. When I had my shop, we carried Country Chic. Their labels were adorable. Love the product, love the company, love the people. So yeah, that was in 2013. So they've been around a little while. I don't know how long they were in business before I discovered them, but yeah. So anyway, I still use their stuff. Okay. You're tired of hearing me chat yet? I'm kind of tired of hearing myself chat about nothing. Well, awkward silence is worse. I've had people on here saying, quit talking, but when it's just silence, it's kind of awkward. Watch for Tammy. She's got a couple minutes before she puts her link in there. Oh, you remember my store? Oh, I did. There's lots of tours. It was called Tammy Loves. My husband hated it, and I had it for almost 7 years, and I closed it like the month before COVID happened. And isn't that a blessing? Like, I can't. My husband hated it. It was a constant with us. And I loved it so much. I didn't want to close it, but I finally did. And then COVID hit. And I thought, wow, that was a divine intervention if I've ever seen one before. Now when we go by, I miss it. It was a really cruddy place when I got it, but I added a lot of my heart and soul and the wall treatments and put new carpet and, you know, just did all kinds of stuff. And it was just beautiful for a little tiny shop. I loved it. So, okay, so you can see this happens just fine. Oh yes, you can make flowers with it. You can pipe it. I piped it with, you know, a cake frosting pipe when I did my fake bakes. So, and I know there's recipes and all that stuff, but I just used this because I was so familiar with it, and I didn't mind having a little extra around. And I have some in every color. Like I have little tubs back there still of every color that I made for that fake bake. Thinking I'd probably make some more, but I never have. So anyway, you guys, I'm just gonna continue filling this out. And then just know, I was totally gonna decorate it for you, but I think I'm gonna be too wet. I wasn't exactly sure how this all was gonna go down, but Tammy was kind enough to let me do my egg because I knew so many of you wanted to see it, and I thought, what a perfect project, just a lot of information for people about saving some of your embroidered items and an idea of what to do with it. And I hope I've inspired you all to maybe give this a try, because you can see, I mean, hopefully you can see that this, it just does great. But there's other, like any texture thing, like I said, gesso is probably too creamy. It's not this stiff. And I can tell you, if you get, like if you accidentally put too much caulking in, then add a little more drywall compound and stir it. Like if it's super sticky and it's almost, when you tap down and pull up, if it's kind of stringy, you have too much caulking in it, and add a little bit of water. You could always message me, you know, send me a picture of what's happening, and I'll tell you what to do, because I've been using this, you know, recipe for years. So I think I can help you out. But that's how I can try and think of what else there is to it. If it feels like it's a lot thicker, then you know, it's like it feels like whipped icing. It's that texture of whipped icing, if you've ever put that on a cake. So see, I just have a little tiny bit. Yeah, you can see right there is still showing egg. See why I said I almost didn't have to paint it, but I'm sure there's little cracks and pieces, like right there. See that line that maybe that brown would have shown through, and I don't want that. So yes, you could actually. Okay, so anyway, that's all. I'll finish this out in a minute. Let me show you a little bit. I got just about 10 minutes. But look how great it's like. But see how the white, this is like whiter. So once it dries, I probably should have put more paint in and did it, but I didn't want to get it too runny. Yes, baking soda in the gesso, probably. I've never done it because I've never needed to, but I do know about that you can do baking soda, and just try it. If you're more familiar with doing baking soda in the gesso, then go for it, because that, I would think, would kind of feel the same way. It might be a little more gritty, sandy feeling, but that doesn't matter. You're still getting all of that look. So that is, you know, how I applied my vintage linen to the egg, and it is the plaster medium that I used to fill in all of the grooves, okay? And then tomorrow, when it's all dry, I will thank you for sprinkling. That's so nice. Thank you guys. Yay, thank you for sprinkling. That means you liked it, so thank you. But tomorrow, then I would do the paint, and I'll go ahead and do that. I'll come and do it with you. Thank you, Julia. Hi, girl. And then I'll run the hair dryer, and we can do some wax over it, some dark wax, and I'll show you, you know, how. I'll show you know how to do that, you guys. You don't have to watch tomorrow, but if for those that want to. You like the idea of using the yes, the caulking keeps, it's not flexible. I mean, it's not going to bend, but it keeps it a little tougher than what just regular drywall compound would be. So, okay. So, this is an egg that I did, and I had a bright idea. Because we've been adhering doilies to all of our eggs. Like when I say we, I'm talking about my friend Julie and I, we've been crafting together a lot. So see, all of these, and we paint them, so all of them that I have here now, I painted. But like, you know, we painted them, and then we adhere the doily the same way, and then we cut the doily off. This one I did with you guys online, and I did the paper, on that. And I added, if you guys remember, I added the quail eggs here. I don't like them. So I've got to do the paper covered eggs like in there. I didn't want to do, I was so overdoing eggs. I totally added, after we were off, I added flowers to the sides from an old hat. We got an old lady's hat and cut the little flowers off of the hat. So they're actually velvety. And I didn't have enough, so I added a couple of paper flowers from Hobby Lobby in the scrapbook section, okay? But anyway, I gotta cover some more eggs, just 2 for inside. I already have that big one. So, but scroll on my page and you'll find that one. But anyway, so, you know, we had done so many eggs, plus I sold, I don't know how many eggs I've sold to the girls in my group. So I thought I'd try something different. And so when I had a doily that didn't quite cover the whole egg, and I thought, what if I fill it with the plaster in between? And so this is what I got, and I didn't do anything with it other than paint it out. So I painted it that creamy, and I didn't do anything else with it, but I have this one still available. And that was my very first idea with the plaster. You can see where the doily starts and the plaster stops and all that, however you say that. And then these are just regular, I just glue. Instead of cutting them open like the one behind me or anything like that, I just kind of attached some flowers. This was a spool. It was a dead spool. It had no thread or anything on it, so I added old lace. I put some big pearls on the top and little pearls on the bottom. This was an old, like a washer out of just rusty stuff. There's another washer right here that you barely can see to make the top a little bit bigger. And then I added in the moss. And these were glittered fruit, but we thought they looked like Easter eggs. So we bought some of those and put those in there. And then this one, I just bumped the plaster, but I don't see where it, oh, right there. It's a little dot in my purple flower. Then this one is the same, but I added a vintage from an old rosary. These are oftentimes just in with the jewelry at some of these junk shows. So I added that, and then did these this is a really old vintage flower. I bought a bundle of them, but they were expensive. So I just put 2 on this one just because it was, you know, trying to save a little bit. And then the rest are little paper flowers from Hobby Lobby, and then just some scraps of flowers that I had left over. And this was an egg, not old, but a new egg holder. And so there you go. So I made this the other night with Julie. We were crafting, just doing the last few eggs, trying to use them all up, but I did have this one egg left to do with you guys. So anyway, that's our process. What else do I have to show you? Oh, I know what I'm going to show you. So I'm going to do something with this too. Maybe Monday, maybe. I found this while shopping, and it's adorable. It was $5, and I think it was $5, and it I wouldn't have paid 15. It's 5. So anyway, I love it like it is though, but I have a really cool idea, something I've never tried. I saw it on Pinterest, so we're gonna do something with this. And I looked all day yesterday. We were up in Columbus. There was the antique show called Don Scott. They have it in Atlanta and they have it in Columbus. And this was the last Don Scott show of the year. They have it at Christmas or right after Thanksgiving. And they have one at Christmas, January, February, March. So they have 5. And so this was the last one. So anyway, we went up. Oh, and I found these really, let me show you these. Oh, you guys, I'm not reading your comments because once I get into all my treasures, I go. So I found these little chicks. I have one more. Where is he? Oh, he's the best one because he had a hat. What did I do with him? Oh, I don't know where he's at. I'll have to clean this mess up and show you later. But anyway, I love these little chicks. So I wish I could find that other one. I'll show you tomorrow for those who want to see it. Anyway, so I'm going to try to work those in somewhere in the house upstairs. And then, so here's how I'm going to finish it out for those of you. Oh, let me see if Tammy's posted her link yet. She's a little bit early. Another project, yes. Yes, oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. I'm glad. Thanks, Diana. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Amanda. Thank you, Hummingbird Paintery. Thanks, Linda. Secondhand Treasures likes it too. Yay! Yay, Pamela! I'm inspiring her. Have you tried applying doilies or crocheted scarves to flower pots? I applied using exterior paint. I applied using exterior paint. They've held up for 2 years. Oh, so you didn't even use an adhesive. You just stuck it right in the paint? Linda, that's cool. No, I've never tried that. And you leave them outside? Just curious. Thank you, Amanda. Thanks, Jennifer. There's Tetta. She likes it too. Thanks, Pamela, for sprinkling. Swanky Vintage. Thank you. Thanks, Swanky Vintage with Carol. I think I'm back in Hummingbird Paintery. Sprinkled me. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Because you know sprinkling lets you find new people. Ocean Breeze and Me loves the egg. Thanks, Pamela and Joanne. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Sue and Dee Dee. I like the idea of using the yeah, okay. So I think I'm caught up on those. So thank you, Texas Breeze Creations. So what I'll do now tomorrow, in case you don't want to follow, I'll stick, this moss. This is just moss that you get at the craft store. So I'll stick the moss in, okay, to pull the bases together, and then I'll use seam binding that I've wrinkled and stained, and it's barely, actually I might have used cream and didn't, oh yeah, I did stain it because there's my tea stains. So YouTube Tammy Loves Vintage can show you, I'll show you on YouTube how to cut, wrinkle, all the stuff with your seam binding. If you need a link for seam binding, let me know. I can do that. It is different than, everybody's telling me how, oh, that's the same as sari silk. It's not at all. So this is very transparent. It's like once you stain it and stuff, it's super boinky. It's shiny like that because it's silky, but sari silk, at least the sari silk that I got is, I'm looking at it because it's up there, but it's very much like a shinier muslin. So, and it's already shredded for you, and they stain it for you like whatever color you want. So I like it, but it's not the same, promise. So anyway, I'll do my seam binding bow at the top and at the bottom tomorrow to make them match. You bought some binding? Oh good, it's awesome. So I'll do that to match that, put a little bit of moss in the top of the bow. And then I bought these millinery flowers. I want to tell you about that. One of my followers told me that I needed to get some vintage millinery flowers. So I didn't even know what that was. So this is what they are, in case you're like me and didn't know. Once I saw it, I'm like, oh yeah. You'll see it a lot of times on ladies' hats. If you're looking in the fabric, like in someone that has vintage linens, you'll see it on the hats or maybe on their pins or whatever. This came from Etsy. The company is called 32 Degrees North. 32 Degrees North. If you just type in 32 North, it'll probably come up. I think I typed in the word degrees. Let's see, vintage-ornaments.com. Oh, I never even looked at that before. But yeah, so millinery flowers are these little teeny tiny, like I mixed them with my paper flowers, but they're little teeny tiny flowers. So anyway, I will add my millinery flowers to the bottom because I thought they looked so much like not crochet. Yeah, maybe crochet. I don't know what she did. Needlepoint. I don't know what it is. How she got those to puff up like that. It could be embroidery with a little, it could be embroidered actually. I don't know. You guys know more than me. So I'm basically going to just copy this exact egg and make the little sister so that they can sit together. Oh, let's see if I don't get it. So this is the front. If I don't get them, see, they're both leaning back. Like I've got them both leaning so that you can tell the fronts. So they'll match better. This one won't have the blue. If I have to, maybe I'll put some little tiny blue flower. I don't have the right shade of blue. Maybe some blue buttons or something. Yeah, they are extra special. Now I can tell you they're very expensive. So I'll give you that heads up. So I do use them sparingly. This bag, I want to say this bag was like $30, but you get a lot. Embroidery, okay. I thought maybe because when I saw the loops on the flowers, it looks like embroidery. So anyway, they were pricey, but awesome. I've used them time and time and time again. So anyway, okay, you guys, I think I'm done. I got 2 minutes. Oh, I didn't pin her. Oh, I was supposed to pin her link. If she put, I didn't see it. I looked for it. Tammy, did you put a link in here? Can you put it again? I didn't see her link, but I did put it in the description at the top, or you can go to the Crafty Creators. Tammy, help me. My mind's gone. I'm looking for you. I don't see where you posted me. She's probably already linking up the next girl. I'll just apologize to her. I didn't see her link, but it is in the top of the description. So if you want to keep going and watch Tammy, who set all of this up for us today in that Crafty Creators community, I think that's what it is. Crafty pulled it out the last second. Literally, I have 1 second. So I'll see you later. You can catch the rest of the people over there. Plus, you can catch all of the replays because it's been going on all morning. So thanks for watching. Hopefully, I'll see you back tomorrow. Bye.